Oath-taking is a common practice in several cultures of the world as a seal of commitment towards giving ideals, concepts, or phenomena. The consequences of violating oath vary both in context and the enormity of the object of the agreement. They can be practical and instantaneous, as in the case of some cultures believed to result to severe infections, ailments, and even deaths. These consequences become the basis of adherence and consequently enhances the commitment to a just and healthy society with respect for law, order, and general good.
The essence of oath of office is so that when you go in there, you know that you've taken oath of office, and then you have it at the back of your mind that, look, you have to abide by, the oath you took, you comply, by the rules.
Oath of office and allegiance are applied to draw commitment of public officers towards the execution of their duties, faithfully in accordance with their constitutional provisions. In law courts, witnesses also swear to oath of faithfulness in their testimonies before the object of their faith or risk the consequences of violations as contained in their belief. Violations for public officers whose oath is taken before the Constitution attract consequences which are also stipulated in it and often centers on prosecution of offenders or recall of such offenders from office.
It is this lack of checks and balances and this ability to correct that is now making it appear as if the oath of office is not working. But as soon as our agencies, our structures, our institutions are strong enough for people to know that they can be held accountable, when people know that they can be charged and prosecuted for forgery, for perjury, swearing wrongly to an oath.
In Nigeria, evidence of violations are known to be overwhelming if considered seriously.
It's a problem. It's been happening. We've been seeing it, especially among the civil servants, and especially not just only the civil servant, even as a lawyer, I am under an oath to perform my responsibilities. And if I don't do it according to that specification, there are consequences. Here we see the police officers. They're under an oath. The police officers are there to protect us. But you find some of them making merchandise of the people who come to them.
The long processes of prosecution, the recall process, and substance of those who should take up these cases of violations have been attributed as some reasons most public office holders are not responsible to their commitments.
So when you want to talk about people not keeping to the oath of the office, please look at the circumstances surrounding the job. Example, you will be complaining that a civil servant is extorting you or is not living according to the oath of his or her office. Now this same civil servant, you expect him to do this. He doesn't have any printer in the office. He doesn't have an ink. This civil servant does not have even a pen. They don't give them pen. They buy their own pen. They buy their own paper. They buy everything. So how do you expect him to keep to the oath of the office?
So the issue of oath of office will come as our democracy deepens and grows, which will start with one, amendment of the Electoral Act to electronic voting, and then creating community/ward governments so that monies in there available to politicians to steal will be reduced.
Perhaps, as some people have noted, if the process of prosecution is swift, inexpensive, less cumbersome, and without preference, many affected cases can have attention and also compel public office holders to be accountable.